Hey everybody, it's Gabby Gaming here and welcome back to the HTC Vive, and as promised in my last video, here is Tilt Brush. Now Tilt Brush is not going to appeal to you unless you're a bit of an arty person or someone who likes sculptures, artwork, stuff like that. Or just doodling, any sort of arty stuff. And I will show you why. Now this is one of those apps that really just redefines I've done something. There you go. I I got menus up then, and it just kind of redefines why we're using virtual reality, why it's being developed with so much gusto. Gusto. That's a good word for today. This is Tilt Brush by Google, and this is like their first foray into the virtual reality world. And it was kind of life-changing for a fair few people in certain professions. Especially in the sculpting and art world, obviously. Now, that was instantly cool. I don't know why. Right. Whew. Okay, so we have these really cool tools at our disposal, and you know, this isn't what you're stuck with. You can choose whatever sort of palette you're really after. Now, let's choose a palette. We can have standard, which just kind of starts off like this. Then you got night sky, where you can literally draw into the world of the night sky. We have space, where you get a moon, which has like, it's a proper 3D object which reacts to light sources and all sorts. And you do feel like you're going to fall to your horrible death, even though you're in space. The sun gives lens flare and everything. The environments are full environments, and the sound effects echo, for God's sake. Really makes you feel like you're in the space. It's ridiculous. Why echoing and space go together, I have no idea. Then we have a dress form. Now, if you want to get rid of that thing in the background, you can. Let me just find it. Yeah, clear sketch. Boom. Okay, so you're not stuck with the Google tilt bit in the background. And then you can draw on this stuff. Typical of me to do that. But let's choose a different environment anyway. That's not what I was going for. We also have pedestal, which I'm stuck with that now, aren't I? Right, we have a pedestal, so you can write your name in it. Woo! But you're inside the 3D object, obviously. Beep. Now, what else we got? We have snowman, and this is my favourite because you get the snowy hills and everything, and whoa, you get your own snowman. How cool is that? I mean, you can draw your own snowman. I might do that in a minute. I actually have an idea of what I want to draw. You have a perfectly black area, which is very boring to look at. A very bright white, which I think they give you those little white star bits just to make sure that you don't walk into something. And blue is the same. It's very blue. Now, I could do a snowman, but actually I was going to do a pedestal, because this is what I like to draw things on. I like to draw them on a pedestal, because otherwise you have to try and make them fit into the environment in some way. I know that sounds stupid, but if they don't, then it looks kind of weird that you've drawn this thing in the middle of an environment. Now, you've got a lot of different things here. You've got galleries and showcases where you can view what other people have done, which is amazing, obviously, but I want to actually... Oh, and you can teleport if you want to, just in case you want to. You can brush select. You've got straight edges, mirror modes, erasers, obviously your environment, multicam, which you kind of click on that and it gives you a little camera so you can take a picture from exactly where you want it. Let's turn that off. You got settings. Obviously, this is just about spectator cam and analytics and brush audio, visual quality and stuff like that. So I can turn visual quality right up because I'm using 1080. And brush tip angle changes as well to suit you if you're like an actual like artist and stuff and care about all that stuff. But really, does it... I don't know if it would make a lot of difference. Info. Oh, yeah. Bizarre. All these little things that you never really knew. Now, this is what's really important. Brushes. Now, you can choose what brush to have. So you've got a flat brush, which is just flat. And then you've got fire, stars, ink, highlighters, markers, velvet ink and stuff. And you've got some more over here as well. And these are actual materials. And then you've got color picker. So you can pick a nice bright yellow. And then you can go to embers, and you can like draw with yellow embers around it, so it's constantly flaming. I mean, that's really cool. Come on. I mean, obviously, it depends on what you're drawing, but that's really cool. And I don't care what people say. That is really cool. Right, so I'm going to draw with coarse bristles? No. Let's look at the normal ones. I'm going to draw with ink. I know, it's probably boring, but I don't really care right now because I want to draw with something. Even my yellow line has got a shadow. It's obscene, people. It's flipping obscene how good this is. Right, so I want a grey. How do I get a really good grey? That's actually a good question. I don't think I've had to try and do this. Oh, of course, you go to white. And then what do you do? Do you know what? I never thought about this before. How do you draw it in grey? How bizarre. I think I might have to actually figure that out. Ah, there we go. You have to make it the flat one. Then you've got the greys over at the side there. Perfect. Greys. There we go. Right. So I'm going to draw it in grey. And I'm going to draw myself an animal. Let's see if you can figure out what animal this is. Now, I probably need to make my brush size a bit bigger. That's easy by just swiping across the haptic feedback pad on the bottom here. So make my brush strokes a bit bigger. It's obscenely good. Right, now I need to try and remember that I'm drawing in 3D. Whether that makes any difference to how this is going to turn out, I don't know. No offense, but I think I'm going to start this again with a slightly smaller brush because that was just mad. Right. Right. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to make like a wireframe as such because I can. And because I think that's going to help me tremendously. And you're probably going to figure out what it is before I get to a point where it makes any difference. If you can't by now already, then I'm a little disappointed in you, actually. Of course I'm not, I'm only joking. Right, now, what I want to do now is I need to make something to fill this in properly. So I'm going to go flat, and I'm going to make it rather large. Because actually it's really, really difficult to fill stuff in, and I think that's kind of where it falls over a little bit. You should be able to like create a 3D fill almost. No way, that last bit's mental. Right, okay. So that's kind of filled in. I'm fine with that. Let's go back to ink. And don't get me wrong, I'm no kind of artist, so don't, don't expect this to be too good. Actually, I should have made the other one like that. That's way better. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Now. Yeah, it's a bit better. Now, I'm going to kind of bring his, whatever this part of him is, out slightly. Why I'm trying to keep it a secret, I don't know. I just am. Let's see if you guys figure it out. Because I kind of want you to. Now. Let's move around this side. Excuse me while I step over this invisible pedestal that doesn't really exist. Now, I want to move his thing down that way a little bit, like that. I'm trying to make him a little bit more cartoony than he started out being. Okay, now let's get this curvature. I want a bit more curvature to his area up front here. It's his face, for God's sake. A little more A little bit more curvature. Let's try and join some stuff together. Now, it's really weird because you have to work in like a 3D space, and that's kind of cool, but it's kind of weird at the same time. Get a bit more join going on. I should have been a sculptor. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Or maybe not. I never really wanted to be honest. Well, that kind of came out of nowhere. You just ruined that. Right, so I think he's looking a bit more. He's looking a bit more complete. It kind of looks pretty cool. But obviously, I'm going to give him a bit more lumpiness to his face. Right. Can I just smooth this out slightly? Yeah, that's looking a bit cooler. Right, let's get some colours on this bad boy, because he is looking sweet. Should we go oil paint? I think this could look really cool if we go oil paint. Right, okay. So that is a bit big. But I think you know what I'm trying to do. I forgot to change my brush size. And round here. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Now, it's obviously an elephant. If you didn't know, then I'm insulted. But I need to sort out his trunk a little bit, because you couldn't really tell what it was from the front there. Sweet. Now, I want a little mouth coming down. There we go. You can't tell. Should we go with black for his eyes? Yeah. He's coming together. Let's get a bit of darker colour in his ears. Maybe a bit of dark under there. And on the bottom of his feet. Where's the other one? Round there. And then I want to add like a little bit of like a lighter grey twirl to the end of his tail. And we have an elephant. I mean, I'm no artist. That's not too bad though. I mean, in terms of sculpture, he does have his head pointing over this way for some reason. I kind of did that, but don't really know why. But there's an elephant, and I'm not going to leave you that, because although this masterpiece does deserve some celebration, I'm not going to leave you with that. That's just one of the things that I can do. I'm going to save that to my gallery because I can. And then take a picture that no one is going to know what that is. So yeah, I'm going to save that sketch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something from the showcase. Wow, people are being crazy. This one looks really cool. This is like, it's like graffiti. And you get to watch them do it as well. And you can speed it up. You can like hold to quick load and stuff. Let's move it over here. Oh, he's gone all like 360. That's amazing. You know, he starts off really simple. Just, and then it goes all like crazy flashy colour to make you feel sick. And it's done. That was so easy, but it was really, really cool. Binge. What does that say? Does it say sup? Sup? It's so good. Just the little things, isn't it? Little things. What's this? There's titmouse. There's loads of titmouse. Ooh. Okay, so it's kind of all the same person. It's crazy talk. What else we got? What's this one? This one looks a bit crazy. I'm fully aware that I'm probably taking a little while on this one, so this will be the last showcase I show you, but I just really wanted to show you guys kind of... Oh, it says hugs at the bottom. Not sure if it was supposed to, but it says hugs. He really uses the space. I use the little pedestal. And, you know, I really wanted to spend more time in Tilt Brush. And I probably will, because Well, it's time really, but I really like it. And it's really cool that people spend their time doing this and then they put it on the showcase for everyone to see. And you get to, boom. Oh, and I sped it up. And look, it's called Hugs because he's got big arms. He wants to give you a hug. I'll give him a hug. You big fella. He just wants hugs. Even though his tongue's disgusting, he just wants hugs. He's cool. That's really cool. And he's got flies around him and everything. He still wants his hugs with his dirty nails. He's a big man. Right. Anyway, what I was going to do, if I just show you a couple of the brushes on here. You got stars, where you can sprinkle stars around, and they go, ooh, and then we got fire. Rah, fire. Obviously, that looks better in a different color. Let me choose like a blue. Rah, more fire. Woo! Totally flipping sweet. What else have we got? We got light. So you can just paint with light, like a neon. And the more you put in, the brighter it gets. And that gets pretty crazy, and it hurts your eyes. And there's ink, which you saw, which is just like ink. And then you got oil paint, which is literally like oil paint. It's really weird because it actually has like a texture to it that you think, wow, cool. Texture. Real texture. Splatter. It's amazing because seeing these things in a 3D space, it's just so good. Taffy. What does taffy look like? It kind of moves and splodges. That's kind of cool. Velvet ink. Oh, it's ink that kind of flows with you as you do it. That's very cool. Highlighter. It's kind of see-through, so I can highlight this. Woo. Crazy. Marker. Yeah, just a big opaque splodge, which is exactly what you want. It's perfect for drawing big things. We have leaves. Still in the colour that you want it. Snow. It just kind of falls. And then more comes out. That's amazing. Wire, which is literally just a white line. Embers, as we saw earlier. Duct tape. Yeah, perfect. I love it. Thick paint. Oh, that's amazing. That's like really thick paint. Coarse bristles. That's good for doing fur. We have smoke. And it moves like smoke as well. That's the best thing about it. It's not just about drawing something. It's about getting the animation right as well. Plasma, streamers. That's amazing. Rainbow. So it doesn't... Hang on, I went and it did it in the game as well. I haven't used that one before, but that's amazing. Hypercolor. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, wow, it's amazing. Jesus, guys. I mean, Christ, do you ever need more proof that VR is the future? Just amazing stuff. Okay, I'm just going to... Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I've probably been doing this for flipping ages. Where am I? I'm all the way over here by the flipping door. Right, guys. That's a good length video anyway. If you like this, please click like and subscribe. If you like my elephant, click like twice. I think that unlikes it. But anyway, who cares? Let me know what you think, guys. If you want me to do some more tilt brush, I'm happy to do a little bit of artwork if you guys are happy with that. But yeah, put your comments in below and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.